Karen fired a gun at my uncle not knowing he earned his medals under fire. You ever think about how fast one trigger pull can unravel a lifetime of peace? Yeah, we were that close to burying my uncle last month. And it wouldn't have been in a flag-draped ceremony surrounded by honor guards, it would have been in his own damn driveway. Killed by a woman with a grudge and zero clue who she was messing with. Let me tell you how it all went down. My Uncle Ray is 82, decorated Army vet, 2 tours in Vietnam, 1 Purple Heart, and enough battle stories to make Clint Eastwood look like an intern. Man survived jungle ambushes, mortar fire, and malaria, but nearly didn't survive Karen Wellington from the HOA. It started with a flag. Of course it did. Ray flies an American flag on his porch, plus a POWWMIA banner under it. Every morning, he steps out slow. Steady raises them both by hand, rain or shine. Karen decided that was unsightly, said it made the neighborhood look militarized, filed a formal HOA complaint, then another, then started showing up uninvited, screaming at him over the fence, telling him he was a relic and intimidating children. Ray ignored her, like he'd ignored bullets in '69. But Karen wasn't done. Last Sunday, I drove up to bring him some groceries. I was halfway down the block when I heard it a crack so sharp. I instinctively dropped my keys and dove behind my truck. Then I heard Ray's voice, trembling but alive, yelling, "You miss me, you crazy woman." I sprinted toward the porch. Ray was sitting down, holding his arm where a splinter had cut him from the ricochet. There was a fresh hole in the wood behind him, still smoking. 10 feet away, on the lawn, lay Karen's little pink pistol. She was just standing there, pale, frozen, still pointing where she had been, her dog barking like mad in the background. I called 911 before I even checked his cut. 3 units rolled up in 6 minutes. Karen tried to spin it, said he lunged at her, that she felt threatened. That's right, a woman in her 50s claimed she feared for her life from an 82-year-old vet with a cane and a flag. Didn't fly, because 3 neighbors had heard the gunshot. One had it on ring cam. Another had footage of her screaming the day before, "If he doesn't take that down, I will." And the best part, Ray had been sitting the whole time, on the porch, reading a book. They cuffed her right there, hands shaking, mascara running, HOA badge flapping in the breeze like it meant a damn thing. I'll never forget the sound Ray made, a low, disappointed exhale like he'd seen too many battles to waste anger on someone so small. At the station, it all came out. Turns out Karen had no gun license. The pistol belonged to her boyfriend unregistered. That alone tacked on a felony. Charges: aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, attempted manslaughter, illegal possession, hate crime enhancement pending. The DA fast-tracked it, and here's where it gets real poetic. Ray didn't just testify, he stood, in court, no cane, medals pinned to his lapel, looked Karen dead in the eye and said, "I bled for this country. I lost friends for this flag, and you tried to shoot me for flying it on my own porch." There wasn't a dry eye in the courtroom. Karen got denied bail, faces a potential 15 years. Her HOA board. They voted to disband. The neighborhood rallied, organized a veterans cookout on Ray's lawn 2 weeks later. Dozens came, some in uniform, some in tears. The mayor showed up and handed Ray a plaque that read, "For bravery abroad and patience at home." Ray said it was the strangest medal he'd ever gotten, but it made him smile. Me, I mounted a steel flagpole in his yard the next day, dug it in deep, spotlights, timer, the works, and I'll be damned if anyone ever touches it again. What do you think? When hatred drives people to pull the trigger, is there any excuse? Comment below. How did Karen fare? And do you have a loved one who served like Ray the End?